Marcus thought he was doing everything right. He had a job, he saved a little money, he avoided some unnecessary spending, he invested when he could. He watched personal finance videos telling him to be patient, stay disciplined, and wait for compound interest. And to be fair, that advice was not wrong. But something bothered him. He looked at the numbers and realized that if he only saved a small percentage of his paycheck, invested quietly, and waited decades, he might become wealthy one day. But maybe not until he was too old, too tired, or too restricted to enjoy the freedom he wanted. That was the question that kept bothering him. Was wealth supposed to mean waiting 40 years? Was financial freedom supposed to arrive only after his best energy was already gone? Was the plan really to trade his youth for a future he might barely get to enjoy? Then Marcus discovered a different idea. The idea that there are different roads to money. Some people live on the sidewalk, some people live in the slow lane, and some people build in the fast lane. My name is Edwin, and welcome to The Wealth Shift. Today we are breaking down the big lesson behind the Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. And before we go further, let's be clear. This is not a get-rich-quick fantasy. This is not about gambling. This is not about pretending everyone can become rich overnight. This is not about quitting your job tomorrow with no plan. The real message is more serious. If you want extraordinary wealth, you cannot only think like a consumer. You cannot only depend on a paycheck. You cannot only save tiny amounts and hope time rescues you. You need to learn how wealth is created. And wealth is created by solving problems, creating value, controlling income, building systems, and reaching more people than your personal time alone can reach. The first road is the sidewalk. The sidewalk is when money comes in and immediately goes out. People on the sidewalk may look successful, but they are financially fragile. They spend to feel rich. They buy status. They upgrade quickly. They depend on the next paycheck. They use debt to create an image. They confuse looking wealthy with becoming wealthy. The sidewalk mindset says, if I can afford the payment, I can afford the lifestyle. But that is dangerous, because payments can make a broke life look expensive. A nice car can hide a weak bank account. A luxury phone can hide credit card debt. A vacation photo can hide financial stress. The sidewalk is not only about low income. You can earn a lot of money and still live on the sidewalk if your spending grows faster than your discipline. The second road is the slow lane. The slow lane is more responsible. This is where you get a job, save money, invest regularly, avoid bad debt, live below your means, and let compound interest work over time. This path is much better than the sidewalk. It builds discipline. It creates stability. It can help you retire. It can protect you from disaster. But the slow lane has one major weakness. It depends heavily on time and income you do not fully control. If your income is limited, your savings are limited. If your job disappears, your plan is shaken. If inflation rises, your progress slows. If the market performs badly for years, your timeline changes. If you start late, time works against you. The slow lane can work, but it often asks for decades of patience. And that is where the fast lane idea becomes powerful. The fast lane is not about speed without effort. It is about leverage. It is about building something that can grow beyond your personal hours. It is about owning the system instead of only working inside someone else's system. It is about being a producer, not just a consumer. A consumer asks, what can I buy? A producer asks, what problem can I solve? A consumer asks, how can I get a discount? A producer asks, what value can I create? A consumer waits for a raise. A producer builds a way to serve more people. That is the mental shift. The fast lane does not say saving is bad. It does not say investing is bad. It says saving and investing become much more powerful when you increase the size of the money engine. If you invest $100 a month, that is good. But if you build a business that allows you to invest $5,000 a month, the game changes. The same investment habit becomes more powerful because the income source changed. This is why income matters. Not income for showing off, income for control, income for options, income for freedom. The fast lane focuses on building a money system where your effort can multiply. That could be a business, a product, a software tool, a media brand, a service company, a marketplace, a scalable skill, a high-value offer, a system that solves a painful problem for many people. But here's the key. Not every business is fast lane. Some businesses are just jobs in disguise. If you own a business but every shilling, dollar, or hour depends only on you personally showing up, you may have created another job. That is not always bad. It can still be better than employment. But true leverage comes when the system can grow beyond your direct labor. This is where many people misunderstand entrepreneurship. They think starting a business automatically means freedom, but a bad business can trap you worse than a job. If it has no demand, it struggles. If it has no margin, it drains you. If it cannot scale, it stays small. If you do not control the customer, the platform can destroy you. If it depends only on your time, it limits you. So the fast lane question is not, can I start anything? The better question is, can I create value in a way that has control, demand, scale, and a path beyond my personal hours? Let's make it simple. Imagine Marcus starts washing cars. If he washes every car himself, he can make money, but his income is tied to his body and his hours. That can be useful, but it is limited. Now imagine he builds a car wash brand with workers, systems, pricing, recurring customers, supplies, marketing, and management. Now the business can serve more people than Marcus alone. That is closer to leverage. Or imagine Marcus does freelance design. If he gets paid only when he personally designs, he owns a skill, but not yet a system. But if he turns his knowledge into templates, courses, a design agency, or a repeatable service process, he starts moving toward scale. The fast lane is about changing the question from, how much can I earn per hour, to, how much value can my system deliver? That is why the fast lane is hard. It requires responsibility. You cannot blame the boss forever. You cannot only complain about the economy. You cannot only wait for someone to pay you more. You have to study markets. You have to understand people's problems. You have to sell. You have to build. You have to fail. You have to improve. You have to handle rejection. You have to become valuable. And this is where many people quit. They like the idea of fast wealth, but not the work behind fast wealth. They want the reward of business without the pressure of ownership. They want the freedom of entrepreneurship without the responsibility of solving problems. But wealth does not care about your dreams. Wealth follows value. If you solve small problems for a few people, you may make small money. If you solve painful problems for many people, and you capture value ethically, you can build serious wealth. That is the difference. The sidewalk chases consumption. The slow lane protects income. The fast lane creates value. Now, this does not mean everyone should abandon the slow lane completely. For many people, a job plus saving plus investing is still a strong foundation. The mistake is treating that as the only possible road. The smarter move is to use stability to build leverage. Keep your job while you build skills. Use your income to fund experiments. Use your evenings to learn sales, coding, content, design, operations, marketing, or business systems. Use your savings to buy time and reduce pressure. Use your discipline to build something that can grow. The fast lane is not an excuse to be reckless. It is a reason to become more intentional. Marcus eventually understood this. He stopped only asking, how can I save more? And started asking, how can I create more value? He stopped only asking, which stock should I buy? And started asking, what income engine can I build? He stopped only asking, how do I retire at 65? And started asking, how do I build assets, systems, and skills that give me options sooner? That shift changed his behavior. He still saved, he still invested, he still avoided stupid debt, but now he also studied business. He looked for real problems, He stopped chasing flashy opportunities. He stopped confusing hype with leverage. He started learning how money actually moves. Customers pay for solutions. Markets reward value. Systems multiply effort. Ownership creates upside. Control protects income. Scale changes the ceiling. That is the lesson. The Millionaire Fastlane is not really about cars or showing off. It is about escaping a life where all your money depends on one paycheck, one boss, one market, one retirement account, and 40 years of waiting. It is about becoming a producer. It is about owning your road. It is about refusing to spend your whole life only consuming what other people build. Because if you only consume, money leaves you. If you only save, money grows slowly. But if you learn to produce value at scale, money can move differently. So ask yourself today, am I living on the sidewalk, spending everything to look successful? Am I only in the slow lane, waiting decades and hoping nothing goes wrong? Or am I building a fast lane skill, business, system, or asset that can create value beyond my personal time? Do not use this lesson as an excuse for impatience. Use it as a wake-up call. Your spending matters, your saving matters, your investing matters, but your income engine also matters. Your value creation matters. Your ownership matters. Your ability to solve problems matters. In 2026, do not only ask how to cut expenses, ask how to build value. Do not only ask how to survive, ask how to produce. Do not only ask how to wait for wealth, ask how to create it. This video is for education only and is not financial, legal, tax, or business advice. Every business and investment decision carries risk, so make decisions carefully and seek qualified guidance when needed. We post a new video every day on the Wealth Shift, so subscribe for everyday financial lessons that help you avoid money traps, build better habits, and grow real wealth. Shift your money, shift your future.